Alright guys, and girls, and whoever else is listening to this, welcome back to another riveting episode of Blogger's Voice. Oh, isn't it exciting? Alrighty, today's episode is going to be a little bit more opinionated than normal because I'm going to be talking about two of my most hated movies in all of creation. Most people understand what the hell I'm talking about already. It is two of them, and here we go. This abomination, and this piece of shit. Dragon Ball Evolutions and The Last Airbender. God, just saying it just annoys me. Alright. These things have been bashed to death time and time again, but now it's my turn. I'm going to have a go at them. Alright, so I went on to IMDb. This is where I got pretty much all the pictures and stuff like that. That was my phone, ignore that. So most of the stuff I've got here, all the pictures and the portraits and stuff of people, that all comes from IMDb. The little atoms swirly thing, that's just something I got off another site called Pixabay. It's all free shit on that site, which is awesome, so I can use it and not have to worry. Alright, anyway, moving on. First bit of trivia that I got from IMDb again. Dragon Ball, the Akira Toriyama, god damn it, the guy you see up there, he was initially supportive of the announcement of this live-action adaptation of his, his anime cartoon, however you want to call it, whatever. And he asked us to treat the film as a different interpretation of his work. But apparently, after watching the film, he was so horrified of this adaptation that he decided to revive the series with Battle of the Gods. He was so sick of it, he basically went, "That was shit, let me show you how it's done," and revived the series. Because apparently there was talk that he was done with it after Dragon Ball GT, which is another thing I won't get into. Let's just leave that alone. But yeah, he basically went, "That was shit, let me show you how it's done." That's my understanding. That's what would go through my head anyway. Yeah, it was a fucking horrible movie, and I agree with him. Fuck it. Oh. Anyway, alright, second bit of trivia. We have James Masters has expressed his hatred for the film, and Emmy Rossum named it the movie in her career that people shouldn't watch. James Masters was the guy who played Lord Piccolo in the movie. Emmy Rossum played Bulma. You might recognise James from Spike and Spike from Angel and Buffy, I think it was in, I'm not sure. And from playing Brainiac through the Smallville series. Emmy played Bulma, obviously, in the Dragon Ball movie, and also she was in The Day After Tomorrow and Phantom of the Opera. Can't remember the names of her actors, but anyway. Basically, it's a movie they say they don't watch, and it's even worse while you're stoned. Or shit, Emmy said it, not James, I don't think, but anyway, Emmy said it. Which is weird, because normally being stoned, I don't condone drug use until it's legalised, which hopefully it will be, another video. But yeah, normally being stoned is meant to help a movie that's terrible. This apparently makes it worse, which just shouldn't happen, but anyway it does. Third bit of trivia, let's go on to that, and then I'll talk about some other crap. So writer Ben Ramsey, he was one of the writers on the show for the movie, has apologised for the film and admitted that he got death threats from Dragon Ball fans since its release. He also admitted to only having written the film for a paycheck. Which, when you look back at the movie, you can kind of see that there was no heart involved in it. It was a shit show from the get-go. It was just... And if you're only in it for the paycheck, of course your heart's not going to be in it. You're not going to be a fan of the actual original show. You're not going to, know what the hell you're talking about. Even if you do know what you're talking about, there's no passion behind it. So, again, it explains why it was shit. It was just an all-round fucking terrible movie. Like, let's just look at the poster for it. None of the characters look like they should. I mean, you can argue they kind of do, but they really don't. Like, I'm pretty sure the guy in the back there, the old dude, that's meant to be Master Roshi. Master Roshi was old, white, and hunchbacked. He doesn't look hunchbacked. He doesn't look old. Well, he looks old, but not as old. Because Roshi was like 90. Like, he was ancient. He was like ancient. Well, not ancient, but he was like 80 or something, I think, in the original series. And then just got older. But none of them really look at how they should. Like, Bulma had bloody... What'd she have? Oh, God, now I'm going to fail on this. purple hair, I think. I can't remember. Oh my god, now I'm fucking it up. Holy crap. Okay, so Bulma had blue-green hair. I had to take a moment there to go and Google it, because, yeah, I feel ashamed. Any Dragon Ball Z fans or Dragon Ball fans out there, feel free to hate me for that. I hate myself for not knowing that. But yeah, she had blue or green hair, depending on some of the pictures you see. But yeah, the actor, which I'm pretty sure that's meant to be her, the one to Goku's right, so the side of the Dragon Ball. Pretty sure that's meant to be Bulma, and that doesn't look like fucking blue-green hair to me at all. It just... yeah. Looks terrible. Goku, the guy who plays Goku, I mean... just no. Like, at this point in the series, like, if you go by when he's facing adult Piccolo, he was already... in his 20s or so. He was ripped to hell. If you've watched the series, you knew that Goku was... like, peak physical condition. Like, six-packs, muscles on his muscles. This guy... not even close. Not even close to it. Like, you know, he doesn't look like he's out of shape or anything, but he's not the shape that Goku was. So it's just... it was just... I can't understand where they went with this movie. They tried to, I guess, try and do a new version of it, make it different, but don't fuck with something that ain't broke. Just don't. Save yourself the headaches, and if it ain't broke, just try and keep to it. Like, if they had gone with the whole, like, real-life adaptation of it, it probably would have been fine. And just kind of, like, not rehashed it, maybe changed little things, but the way they changed it was just... there's too many things wrong with it to just go on and on and on. Alright, so let's skip to the next one, which is going to be... The Last Airbender. This one infuriates me. Okay. I love the original cartoon. Like, the last Avatar, The Last Airbender, the cartoon was just... it was amazing. I loved it. There are people out there who hate it, other people who like it but don't like it. I loved it. It was amazing. One of my favourite series of all time. It was just... it was amazing. Anyway, so I'm going to go through the trivia again like I did last time, and we'll do some more discussions and probably some more while we're going through, as always. Alright, let's go. So, the creators of the original show, Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian, not even going to bother because I'll stuff it up, have both said that they hate the movie and like to pretend that it doesn't exist. I couldn't find pictures of these two, or off IMDb anyway, and I didn't want to go trying to search for other sources for it and have to name them anyway. So this is the original cartoon, Avatar: The Last Airbender. That just screams amazing. You know, you've got some love going on in the back there. You've got some, some fighting. You got some angry shit going on with Aang there, and you got Toph, one of the most beloved characters of all time. She was amazing. But you've got the creators of this show, the Last Airbender cartoon, Avatar: The Last Airbender cartoon, who have both said they hate the movie adaptation and like to pretend that it doesn't exist. Now, the movie itself, they tried to cram an entire season, essentially an entire season, they call them chapters in this one, tried to cram, they call it book, each episode is a chapter, so the original book. They tried to cram the entire book into one movie. It wasn't going to work from the start trying to do that. It never works. Maybe once in a blue moon it'll work, but I don't know many movies that have ever done it. I can't name any off the top of my head. So there you go. The original creators hated it, and just about everyone else does. So apparently this is all taken off IMDb, so if it's wrong, not my fault. In spring of 2010, before the film's release, director M. Night Shyamalan? Is it Shyamalan or Shyamalan? I'll just go with Shyamalan. Was quoted by Entertainment Weekly as saying The Last Airbender was his best movie. Now, I don't know if he saw it and is just claiming it. Now, visually, the movie's pretty good. Like, I won't deny the visual effects, all of that kind of, like, the visual, visual effects, graphics, all that kind of stuff. It was very, very good. I will give them that. But in terms of story and calling it the best movie, if you call it the best looking movie, alright, I'd give it to him. But best movie, no, not even close. That hurts my brain. trying to understand how someone would say this is my best movie. I just, like, it is taken out of context, so it might be a misquote, and it might be saying to try and, whatever. But if that was what he said, and he meant it that way, it was his best movie, that's kind of shit. Anyway, no, I'm going to move on, because that's annoying me now. Alright, Trivia 3. So, Nickelodeon, who were that's what the original show aired on, they did not give the film any nominations at the 2011 Kids' Choice Awards, despite the fact that it was a Nickelodeon Movies motion picture. So Nickelodeon was where the original show was aired, that's what that was on, that's what it is, and it's amazing. I love them for doing that. But yeah, no nominations for the Kids' Choice Award. I wonder why. And then, this is the greatest thing ever. It tied with the Twilight Saga Eclipse for the most Razzie nominations at the 2011 Razzie nominations. So same year, it didn't get any nominations from the Kids' Choice Awards, but it tied for the most nominations. This award show honors the worst motion pictures of the year. Each film, so Twilight Saga, Eclipse, and The Last Airbender, had 9 nominations. Airbender itself was nominated for every category besides Worst Actor and Worst Actress. The movie ended up winning 5 of the Razzies it was nominated for, including Worst Picture of the Year. So it won Worst Picture of the Year over Twilight. Let that sink in. For those who hate Twilight, let that sink in. This won Worst Picture of the Year, according to these guys. Razzie. I think it's Razzie or Razzie. I think it's meant to be raspberry, so Razzie. I don't know. Anyway, shit movie, and if it won over Twilight Saga, which I know a lot of people hate on, and it won over that for Worst Picture. Yep, let it sink in. Take as long as you need. So, here we go. This one is where it will go. I'm going to skip the first one for now, I'm going to go to the other two, because that first one is kind of where I want to go with it. There's a bit more I want to talk about. So the film was intended to be the first part of a trilogy. However, due to its poor reception, Nickelodeon scrapped the other two, and it wasn't until 2015 that Nickelodeon decided to revive the trilogy. I hope that's fake. You fucked it up. Just don't do it. And then this next part, I hope this overrides it. I hope it's true, because it would be amazing if they did it properly. So in 2018, Brian, that guy, and Michael DiMartino announced that the series would be rebooted in live action on Netflix, effectively killing the chances of sequels to the film. Please, for the love of God, let that happen. I'm not religious. I don't care. Let it happen. By whatever powers that may or may not be, let this be true. Let them work on it. Let them do it properly. Because I honestly, if they could revive it, if they could bring it back and they could do it properly, holy crap. I would be happy. I would be so happy. So happy. If they do it properly. If they fuck it up, I'll be disappointed. And there'll be another video like this. And then you've got one of the major story problems that it didn't work. So in the original cartoon show, there's a moment where you've got the basis of the story is the 4 nations live in harmony, all that kind of stuff, and they've all got an element that they base on. Fire, water, earth, and air. Basic stories. If you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. So then it's basically their magic, whatever you want to call it, however you want to look at it. So the Earthbender prison in the original cartoon show is on a metal ship out in the middle of the ocean. There's no stone, no earth, no nothing around them. The only thing that is near them is, if you watch the original show, there was some coal, but that was buried like well underneath where the prisoners were kept, so that the Fire Nation guards and all that could shovel it around and not have to worry about the Earthbenders getting at it. If they jumped overboard, they had to swim miles back to the thingo, and there was like however many hundreds of feet of ocean between them and the ground, so you weren't being able to bring it up to yourself and help you that way. However, in this movie, The Last Airbender, the movie, their prison is on the mainland, surrounded by dirt. They're kept in a little prison, surrounded by dirt and rock and dust. I think it's surrounded by like a wooden fence, if I remember, maybe a metal one. But they're sitting on the ground, on the earth, and these guys can bend rock. What? the hell were you thinking if that was a good idea? If you'd made a big metal cage, yeah, sure, I could probably pass it off. But you had guys that can literally move rock with martial arts. Well, it's weird, like a casting system. Essentially, their martial arts moves is like a casting system for creating. Anyway, you have the guys who can literally move the earth, rip stone apart, sitting in dirt. How is that a good idea? It literally says they're earthbenders, and you have them sitting on the earth. The way the movie, I think, tried to cast it off was that the firebenders had, like, browbeaten them and basically, like, beat the shit out of them and threatened their families and all that to keep them to keep them complacent. But still, it made no fucking sense. It made no sense whatsoever. It was just fucking awful. Okay, I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna cry or get really angry, and I can't do it anymore. I'm done. Alright. Alright, that's it from me today. I'm done. Yep, that's me done. As I always say, as it says in the warning, here is your form to check out if you want to look it up and do all that stuff, but yeah. Alright, that's it for me. Adios. See you all later.